There's more investing apps than Snow White's 7 Dwarfs. You've got Vanguard, M1 Finance, E-Trade, Robinhood, Wealthsimple, Fidelity, Wealthfront, Publix, Charles Schwab, Stash, Fundrise, Acorns, Stockpile, Betterment, WeBull, and way more that I just didn't feel like memorizing. It's like going to a Vegas buffet feeling so overwhelmed by all of the options and just choosing to eat pizza that they have because it's an easy choice for you. Since you were so overwhelmed, you missed out on this perfect opportunity to try out something that you don't eat on a regular basis. You could be missing out on discovering your new favorite food. Think of those 30 investing apps as the buffet, and think of me like your weirdo waiter who knows way too much about every single one of them. In this video, I'll fill you in on what I think are the best new investing apps on the market today. I'm going to intentionally leave out the traditional ones like Vanguard, Fidelity, and Charles Schwab. We're focusing mainly on the new kids on the block who are disrupting the investing game altogether. Hey, I'm Jarrad with an A, and on this channel, we talk about all things personal finance, investing, and we try to have some fun in the process. I'll have links to each platform down in the description of this video. Just a heads up to be completely transparent, some, not all of them, are affiliate links. If any of the info here helped you, then I would appreciate it if you use those links to open and fund your accounts. It helps support myself, my dog Molly, and keeps this channel running, so thank you so much in advance. As always, nothing in this video should be taken as investment advice. It is for entertainment and informational purposes only. First up is quite possibly my favorite investing platform out there, and that is M1 Finance. That favorite title used to be held by Vanguard, but their platform has kind of become antiquated and a little clunky, so that's why I switched to M1 Finance. M1 is great for investors with a longer term outlook. If you're trying to buy and sell stocks on the regular or do some sort of day trading, then you and M1 Finance will not get along very well. It's more suited for buy and hold investors. They've set the platform up to where it's easy to use whether you're a beginning investor or even someone who is very knowledgeable. Now, my older brother recently moved his money to M1, and so far he said that he is really happy with it. And I would consider him probably like in between beginner and average investor. He doesn't know a whole ton, but as long as he has some direction, he knows how to click the right buttons to invest his money. He actually opened up a rollover IRA with them, but they also have other types of investment accounts available for you to choose from. Free is always good, and M1 Finance does it so well because they don't charge you a fee to use their platform. Now, you can pay for additional features that they have, but if all you want to do is invest, then you don't need to dish out this monthly payment. My skeptical viewers may be wondering how they can offer such a high level of service for free. Now, I don't blame you because I had the same kind of question, so I actually made a video breaking down how M1 Finance makes their money that I'll link up in the description for you to check out after this video if you're curious. The minimums are pretty low to get started with M1. You can start trading with a taxable account for as little as $100. Now, for a retirement account like an IRA, you'll need $500 minimum to get started. The fractional shares feature that they have makes my toes freaking curl in excitement. This was one of the main selling points for me when switching from Vanguard to them last year. Don't quote me on this, but I believe that they were the first of the newer investing platforms to offer this feature. It seems like everybody else like Robinhood and Charles Schwab are finally catching up, which is really good for investors in general. Unfortunately, as of making this video, they both announced the new feature, but have yet to give a release date. In my opinion, knowing Robinhood's track record, don't hold your breath. Fractional shares are exactly what the name says. You can buy a fraction of any share on the platform. So if Apple was $1,000 per share, but you only had $200 to invest, then you could buy 1/5 of a share or 20% of a share of Apple. When Apple pays out a dividend, you'd receive 1/5 of that dividend since you own 1/5 of a share. I love this feature since it gives more people access to investing who might not have a ton of money to start out. Since some companies you invest in will offer dividends, M1 Finance allows you to reinvest your dividends. You'd think that this would be common among all platforms, but believe it or not, it is not at all. Now, this is an important feature so you can automate your investing as opposed to constantly logging in to manually reinvest your dividends. M1 Finance has a research section where it's easy to look up different stocks and funds that you might want to add to your portfolio. In this area, they have something called expert pies. Now, this is where they give you access to pre-made portfolios based on higher level goals. They have pre-made retirement portfolios, kind of like the Vanguard target date retirement funds. Another thing that's cool is they have general investment portfolios based on if you want a conservative, moderate, or aggressive portfolio. And then another little feature that I found really neat is that they have hedge fund followers, where they create funds and copy the investment strategies of some of the most successful investors and reputable hedge funds. And they have all kinds of other expert pies as well. A downside of M1 Finance is that if you are someone who wants that control of purchasing full shares of individual stocks, then this isn't going to be the platform for you. Now, technically you could do this, but it's going to take a lot more work just to execute. That's because the way that you invest with M1 Finance is through something called pie investing. This is where you pick as many stocks, ETFs, and other equities as you would like, then place them into a pie. Once in that pie, you are able to assign a certain percentage to each one. Then, every time you invest money, those dollars will be spread among each individual equity based on the percentage that you've chosen. For example, if you have 4 different stocks in a pie and choose 25% for each, then for every $100 deposited into your account, $25 will be invested for each one. Depending on how you look at it, another downside is the fact that they only have one trading window per day. At 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, they process trades you make before that point in time. If you try to place a trade after 10 a.m., after that 10 a.m. slot, then they won't process your trade until the next business day at 10 a.m. But it's a moot point for people like me who have a longer investment horizon of 5 to 10 plus years. I personally could care less what the price of something is doing within a 24-hour period. But if this is a deal breaker for you, then M1 Finance is not for you. If you haven't done it already, please Hulk smash that thumbs up button. Please? Just one little tap on that hand means the world to me, and it tells YouTube that you actually like what I'm doing. M1 Finance is my go-to out of this whole list. I am a passive investor that isn't interested in playing the stock market, so being able to just automate the whole investing process makes my life a lot easier. Luckily, M1 Finance is perfect for people like me who just want to know that their money is being handled once it's deposited into the account. The next best investing platform is one that's not tied to the stock market, and that's because it's focused on real estate investing, and it's called Fundrise. You might not have expected that this one would be on the list, but I've come to like it for 2 main reasons. First is it's one of the better crowdfunded real estate investing platforms that are out there. The reason that I know this is because I've done a deep dive into the other real estate investing platforms, and I would not suggest using them. The reason for that is because they're a little shady when it comes to the fees that they charge, so that's why I always prefer Fundrise. The second reason Fundrise is a good investing platform is that it's a way for you to diversify your overall investments. It's a good complement to a stock portfolio because if you already have a large portion of your investments in the stock market, kind of like I do, then putting some money into a different asset class might make sense. I'm utilizing M1 Finance for stock investing and Fundrise for some of my real estate investing. One thing I've come to really appreciate about Fundrise is how transparent they are with what they're investing in for you and updates on real estate projects that are always going on. It's kind of like that movie The Truman Show, where you sit back and get to watch everything that Jim Carrey is doing. It's entertaining, and it's nice to get a good feel for what's happening with your money right now. For each property they're acquiring, they'll show you pictures, they'll give you business plans, and they'll even break down why they invested in that specific project. I was surprised about this one. They'll even update you when things didn't go as planned, where they have to exit a project, and they'll tell you why that happened. They don't try to sweep it under the rug and hope that you don't notice. The year-end letter to investors for 2019 did a great job of breaking down what happened over the past year and what they project to happen in the housing market in the coming years. I'm extremely impressed with this part of the platform because you can tell that they really feel obligated to make sure that they're staying in communication with you as to what's going on and what they're planning for in the future. Traditional real estate you'd invest in usually takes quite a bit of capital to get started. With Fundrise, you can get started for a $500 minimum investment. They also offer 3 different types of portfolios for you to choose from based on the type of return that you're looking for. You can invest more for dividends or more for appreciation. I did a whole review video where I invested $1,000 into an M1 Finance REIT and $1,000 into Fundrise to see how they would compare. I'll link up that video down in the description for you to check out after this video. A downside to using Fundrise is that they do charge a 1% fee. I would normally say that this is way too high, but for this type of investment class, I wouldn't consider it high. The way that I look at it is that if I'm investing through Fundrise, then the point is to diversify my overall portfolio. I'm willing to pay this 1% on a smaller portion of my overall money to ensure it's not going to go in the same direction as the overall stock market. Would I like to see it lower? Of course. I'd prefer it was 0% if it was up to me, but I also want to be a Harlem Globetrotter that gets paid in candy, but my employer already told me that I couldn't do that, so I just have to deal with it. Fundrise is for any investor at any level, from new to advanced. Everyone will be able to find value using Fundrise. The 3 investment options are pretty straightforward as well, so there's not much thinking involved like there would need to be if you were investing money into something like the stock market. Fundrise has been one of the ways that I've chosen to diversify my money just a little bit more. I currently hold money in index funds, stocks, bonds, and I'm going to start the process of investing in physical real estate this year, and Fundrise has been a good way for me to round out my overall portfolio. As I continue through this list, let me know down in the comments below which one of these platforms you like the best and which types of features are more important to you. Robinhood is the OG of this group of new investing platforms, and they continue to stay at the top of the list. They have over 10 million accounts on their platform and continue to grow at insane rates. Now, they didn't just get here for no reason. They've been doing some stuff that's pretty special and that's making them stand out. For those of you who don't know, back in the day, you had to pay money to make trades on the stock market, whether you were buying or selling. If you wanted to buy a share of Apple, then you'd have to pay a fee to do that. Depending on where you bought the stocks, it was normal for you to pay a fee that ranged anywhere from a couple dollars up to 10 or 15 or even sometimes $20. Yes, every time you bought and every time you sold, you would have to pay a fee. I remember buying my first stock through a website called Share Builder or something like that about 12 years ago, and I paid a $7 fee to buy it, and I think I paid $10 to sell it. I didn't think anything of the fee that I was charged because it was kind of an industry standard to get charged every time you wanted to buy something or sell something. Then Robinhood came in and disrupted the whole industry when they released an investing platform where you could buy and sell equities on the stock market for free. Now, I know this seems so normal nowadays, but it was absolutely unheard of back then. Robinhood is wide open with the types of things that you can invest in. Their bread and butter are stocks and ETFs. Where they really shine is by offering a way for you to trade cryptocurrency and even partake in options trading. Because of the wide variety of ways you can invest through Robinhood, this platform is great for new and even experienced investors. Heck, my 18-year-old cousin started using Robinhood and she was able to navigate around the app pretty easily. There's technically no minimum to get started. You can start investing through Robinhood with as little as $1 if you can actually find something to purchase for that amount. You can tell that they put a lot of work into the design of the phone app. The colors make it so visually appealing, and like I said before, it's easy to navigate. You'll be able to find most of the details you're looking for when you look up a particular stock. Robinhood, in my opinion, gets an A+ for this. The first bad thing about Robinhood is that as of right now, they don't offer fractional shares. To be fair, they did announce that it's coming and they do have a waiting list, but they never said when it would actually launch. This is a very important feature for all of these newer investing platforms to offer. Not only will it bring in more users to their platform, but it gives the investor more options as to what they can purchase. Quick update, they have started rolling out these fractional shares to people on their waiting list, so if you still haven't gotten on their waiting list, make sure you do it. They only offer taxable investment accounts, which I think is a major oversight on their part. For being one of the most popular investing apps, I would have expected them to offer retirement accounts like an IRA, but they don't right now. I am so pro IRA and think that everyone should be maxing theirs out before touching a taxable account that this kind of bums me out. Robinhood appeals to new and young investors, but in my opinion, they are doing a disservice to those people by not giving them an option to invest for retirement. Overall, I think they've done a really good job of getting more people excited about investing, which I love. Although I think that they get some things wrong, I do think that they get more things right. If you want a free stock from Robinhood, then open an account through my link down in the description. After you fund that account, you'll receive a free stock valued anywhere between $2.50 and $250. At the beginning of February, I got a free stock through Robinhood, so I opened it up, and guess what I got? I got a share of Facebook. for free. And at the time, it was valued at over $200. I think it was $212. So it's possible to get a $200 free stock from Robinhood. If Robinhood is the oldest new kid on the block, then WeBull is the new kid on the block. They popped up on my radar about a year and a half ago. When I initially checked them out back then, the user experience on the platform was not very good at all. Now, you could kind of tell that they were newer, and this was sort of like their version 1. But since then, they've updated the app, and it is way better. On top of that, they also released a desktop version, which looks really good. Just like M1 Finance and Robinhood, WeBull offers commissions-free trading. Are you sensing a trend here with these newer investing platforms? These newer investing platforms are all about not making you pay any money if you don't actually want to. Stocks and ETFs are available to be traded. Now, they also recently announced that options trading will be available soon, but who knows when it'll officially be released. One thing I thought was strange with WeBull, when you log in, you'll be able to track different cryptocurrencies, but you cannot trade any of those cryptocurrencies through WeBull right now. I thought this was strange, and I'm assuming that they're going to make this available at some point in the future because they've got them all right there, but who knows. If you do want to get into trading cryptocurrencies, then Robinhood is going to be the platform for you. Once you open up the app, it becomes very apparent that WeBull is all about giving you access to as much data as possible on equities and different overall markets. If you were an investor who I would say is between intermediate and advanced, then access to this sort of information might be very important to you. Although this platform might not seem like it's for beginners, WeBull has a section of their app where beginners can try their hand at investing for free. They have a section called paper trading. This is an investing simulator where you can invest play money into the stock market, kind of like Monopoly money. They give you $1 million to purchase anything that you want, then track how your portfolio is doing. I actually remember doing this sort of thing in a personal finance class back in high school, but back then we had to track our stocks every day through a newspaper that our teacher handed out to us every single day. WeBull offers taxable investment accounts as well as IRA accounts, which you already know that I love. Let's talk about a downside. While access to an abundance of data might be a good thing for intermediate to advanced investors, this will probably overwhelm most new and beginning investors. I would consider myself an advanced investor, and even I felt a little overwhelmed looking at all of it for the first time. Now, I got the hang of it after I played around for a little while, but it could easily be extremely intimidating for most people. The next downside is, of course, the fact that they don't offer fractional share investing. I mean, come on, guys. No one likes to have to purchase full shares of anything anymore. What are you doing? To be fair, WeBull seems ahead of the game with rolling out new features that people want. I mean, way faster than Robinhood at least, so I'd expect them to have this at some point in the near future. The last minor issue I have with WeBull is that they don't offer dividend reinvesting. So if you have stocks that pay dividends, then that money will just get credited to your account and you'll have to manually reinvest that money. WeBull will give you 2 free stocks worth up to $1,400 after you open an account using my link in the description of this video and depositing $100 within 30 days. So if this doesn't sound like a platform that fits your investing style right now, it might be worth it for you to at least open up an account to get those 2 free stocks. Next is one that you pay a fee to use, but it's actually a very small fee for the types of services that they provide you. Betterment is a full-blown robo-advisor who takes care of managing and investing your money by using a ton of data and algorithms. They launched to the public back in 2010, and they've absolutely disrupted the investing industry altogether since then. They are the original disruptor out of this whole group. Using a series of questions about your investing goals, your age, current net worth, and other personal information, they'll create a portfolio specifically for you. Now, what else is cool is that as you age, they'll handle adjusting your portfolio to meet your retirement goals. Betterment is essentially taking the place of a human financial advisor by leveraging their data and algorithms for a cheaper price to you. I wouldn't consider the cost as a bad thing because of all of the features that they offer you. The minimum to open up a digital account is $0 and has an annual fee of 0.25%. Now that gives you access to personalized financial advice, low-cost investments, auto rebalancing, tax saving strategies, and all kinds of other things as well. On the other hand, they also offer a premium version where they charge you a 0.4% yearly fee, but you'll need to have a minimum of $100,000 in your account. This plan gives you unlimited access to a lot more features like real-life certified financial planners if you have any questions. One of the things that gives Betterment an edge in the robo-advisor space is that they do give you access to certified financial planners if you need it. I like this because it gives you the best of both worlds. You have access to the robots and you have access to human beings if you have any questions that only a real person would be able to answer. If you have the digital account, then paying $199 will give you access to a financial expert to help you with things like marriage planning, college planning, retirement planning, and many other things that you have just general questions about. Betterment is not lacking in the type of accounts that they offer. You can open up a taxable account, an IRA, a SEP IRA, trusts, rollover IRAs, and even high-yield cash accounts. The only thing that they're really missing are custodial accounts. They'll invest your money primarily into ETFs from places like Vanguard with very low expense ratios ranging from 0.07% to 0.17%. I'd say that Betterment is for anyone from new to experienced investors who want to completely automate their investing. Like M1 Finance, I'd say that this platform is geared more towards hands-off and long-term investors. Whenever someone comes to me and says that they want to start investing, but they don't have any interest in managing everything, I always point them towards Betterment as a great option. To be honest with you, I really can't think of any downsides to this platform if you're someone who just doesn't want to worry about what to do with your money. For someone who wants to take a little bit more of a hands-on approach, then Betterment probably isn't going to be a good fit for you. Also, I really can't trash them on the 0.25% that they charge because it's a really low fee that they give you for access to a ton of features for that small amount. Don't forget to Hulk smash that thumbs up button and check out the 2 videos here to your left on investing your money. The description of this video has all kinds of resources and playlists to help you out with all of your personal finance and investing needs, including the free investing app guide that I created just for you. So go ahead and take a look down there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, friends. Adios.